Okay, so let's just cut right to it. I love helping people that are thought leaders. What is a thought leader? A thought leader is one that has a big vision. They have a vision that is bigger than themselves. They want to make an impact in the world with their product or service. Why is that important? Well, if you want to take your business to the next level, you have to own being a thought leader. And you have to think like a thought leader, right? You have to market like a thought leader. And today, I want to share one of the most powerful strategies that you can use to be that thought leader to create more visibility. And that's exactly what I do. When I'm working with clients, I share with them some of the best ways that are thought leader marketing strategies to get their message, product, or service out there. And today, I want to talk about having a book. So this is my latest book, Woman on Fire Entrepreneur. I'm actually working on my fourth book right now. I'm very excited. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe less than 6 months I'll have my next book coming out. And so let's talk about first why it's important to have a book. So a book is really about creating that credibility, because when you have a book, people have that perceived concept of your marketing or your business or your brand to say, wow, this person has their stuff together. And so a book is basically a synthesis of your ideas around your topic, your niche, that you can bring out into the marketplace. And that is really, really key, because let's just say if you want to get on TV. So I've been on CBS/CW, Fox, ABC, Hay House Radio, I think probably a couple of other few, but I can't remember at the top of my mind. But, it's really important, because if you don't have a book, don't get expected, I can't even talk today. Don't expect to get booked on TV if you don't have a book. Because what these producers are looking for, they're looking for published authors. And it's really important to make sure that your message that you want to bring out there in the world is fitting your market and is marketable in the capacity of TV and media, like radio and podcast shows. So you really want to think about what is the message with my book that is going to be marketable so that I could get myself on TV. And so you really want to be methodical when you're thinking about what kind of book that you want to write. And so when I was thinking about this recent book, Woman on Fire Entrepreneur, which you can go to heatherpicken.com and purchase a copy, or you can just go into Amazon. This is available on hardback and Kindle. One of the things that's really great is that, again, if you have the right message, you'll be able to get on TV. And so what this has done for me personally is I've been able to charge what I'm worth. Okay, so being a thought leader, if you want to have those premium prices, you have to stand in your power. You've got to value yourself and have that credibility. So you want to make sure, if you're, putting yourself out there, do I have the right marketing message with my book? Am I charging accordingly? That's another topic in and of itself. I'm not even going to cover that today. But you do want to have, as a thought leader, your marketing strategies and your money strategies for how you're pricing yourself. Ask yourself this question: how do I want to be perceived with my brand, and how do I want other people to be perceived with my brand? And so with the book, you've got that next level of thought leader status that says, wait a minute, I've done something, right? People are saying, for yourself, you're saying, wow, I've done something. And other people that are looking at it are also, seeing yourself in a different light. So I still believe today, now more than ever, that having your own book is so important. More so having the hard copy. So maybe you've published some books on Kindle. I highly recommend to have a physical copy, because there's something that is really, just lends to having this tangible product in your hand that a TV producer, when you're sending in like your press kit, you have to send in a couple copies of your book. You have to send in a copy of what's called your one sheet, or your press release. And so what that does is when people look at that, when producers look at that, they're going to choose someone that has a book, a physical book, over someone that doesn't have a book or someone that has a Kindle book. Okay, so it's that perceived value of having a book that will help you to be a thought leader in your business. So if you haven't written a book, my question is why? Why have you not written a book? It's not that hard to write a book. What's hard is to actually do it. And so when I'm working with clients, in my thought leader marketing strategies, one of the things that we will work on if they're looking to write a book, if that's their next level of credibility, then that is exactly what we'll work on. So I always say one size does not fit all. It depends on where you are in your marketing platform. So if you have some clients already, you want to take it to the next level, you want to get that visibility, then you need to write a book. And so I just want to share my experience. By having a book, I've been able to charge more for my services, only work with clients that I absolutely love. And when people go to my website, they say, wow, she's been on all these TV shows. Automatically, in someone's mind, I want you to look at the psychology of this. They start seeing you as an expert. So if you're in front of millions of people, in front of people on TV, or maybe you're on a podcast show or a radio show, automatically it's that entry point for people to get a little taste of you, okay? So what I don't want people to do, and this is what people think, oh, I want to become a best-selling author. Now, I'm a best-selling author, but that in and of itself, honestly, does it lend to credibility? Absolutely. But that is not necessarily going to make you the kind of money that you want just by selling a book or just having that status. Because having a book, think about it. How many books, and typically a book costs $20. If you're looking at the physical copy, it could be more. How many books would you have to sell in order to make $1,000 or in order to make $1 million? It's a lot of books, right? So do the math. And if you really want to build your business and attract those elite clients, having that book is one entry level to your thought leader marketing platform. Then from there, if you have a book, inside of the book, and I know I have it in this book, is that you want to make sure that you send them to your website. Why? Because if they're reading your book, you actually want to capture their email and their name so that you can market to them. And so then the next level of your thought leader marketing strategy would be to consistently market to them with content, and then of course create some high-end offers and get them into your marketing funnel. So a lot of times what happens is that people might write a book, but they're not thinking of the back end process. So don't be one of those people that thinks, oh, I'm gonna write a book, I'm gonna put it out there on Amazon or self-publish or even getting a publisher, and I'm just gonna send or sell millions of copies and just live in that fantasy. I call that unicorn thinking. So you don't want to be having unicorn thinking and saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to write this book and the checks are just going to write themselves. It's such a fantasy. And so anyone that promotes that kind of marketing strategy they're lying to you. They're lying. I'll call them out. They're all unicorns, right? And so what I like to do is think about your book as the vehicle or the platform to get you in front of your elite clients or get you in front of the masses. Anyone can buy a $20 book, right? You can actually have a lot of value. So if you have a vision to reach millions of people with your message, have a book, right? Have a product or service that you can sell that will allow them to purchase that. Now, if you really want to build an extraordinary business and build it in a way where you're getting a higher return faster, you want to have an elite program. And what that can look like is a group program. It could be a one-on-one consulting program that you do. So as I started building my thought leader marketing strategies, this is exactly what I've done. I've done group programs. I've done elite one-on-one coaching. I've done intensives. I've done things in person that are like a 1-day or 2-day intensive. And I've also have done some like smaller group settings. And so there's no limit. They're like, to me, the possibilities are limitless, but we tend to limit our minds because we think, well, I can't do that, or who am I to write this book? Well, I'm here to tell you, you are the person that can write a book to lend to your credibility, to build your platform. You are the person that can put your message out there in a way that is really going to empower people. So don't listen to the naysayers. If the naysayers are saying, oh, don't do that, that's stupid, it's not stupid. The reason why people say that's stupid is that because they can't do it, okay? And so don't listen to those other people. You're always going to have naysayers. You're always going to have people that are telling you that's crazy. Maybe you have a book idea that is a little outrageous. And I'm here to tell you, if it's true to you in your authenticity and how you want to present yourself in the world, I'm here to tell you, do it. Go for it. You know, get that resistance. Make sure that you're creating it, you know, obviously for you, but for other people to impact them and, you know, see if there's a need. Obviously, you don't want to create something that no one's going to need, because as human beings, we always are wanting to search for new ways or new ideas of thinking about something, doing something, solving a problem. And I think we're living actually in one of the most amazing times because we can connect with people in a way that's really powerful. So imagine if you wrote a book and you knew how to pitch a producer to get yourself on TV in front of millions of people. How would that change your life? How would that change the perception of how you see yourself and your value? And how would that change the other people that it's reaching? And so I really want you to think about this. I love talking about thought leader marketing strategies. I'm not interested in working with people that are treating their business like hobby. I'm interested in the people out there that want to do something extraordinary with their business and their life and live what I call their La Dolce Vita life. It's the formula for fabulous living. So there's a formula. There's a formula to create thought leader marketing strategies. There's a formula on how to create inspiring book. There's a formula on how to pitch yourself on TV and get out there with your message. And what I have found is once you get the ball rolling, once you get on one TV show, it's easier to get on the other TV shows. Now, I do want to say this. As far as getting on national shows, that is a lot harder. So don't buy into, oh, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to write a book and I'm going to pitch my book to, you know, insert name of the most popular show that you want to get on. That really takes a longer time. I have a long-term vision of doing that. It might take a couple years. It might be tomorrow. You never know. But I've created a media kit or a media reel where now I have that. I have that brand. I've got the authority, the credibility. They can see that I can actually talk on TV. I can inspire their audience, right, with their message and mission. And you want to know, what is important to that TV station. What is their demographic? What is important to them? And so if you know that, you can pitch the producers. So there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes of that. But I really want you to think, or my biggest takeaway for you today is think about, if you haven't written a book, why not? What's stopping you? Is it that you just don't know how? And if you haven't been on TV, then my other question is, why haven't you? Why haven't you pitched yourself to producers? Are you looking to? Are you overwhelmed? Do you just not know how to do it? Because, here's the thing. You've got one life to live. You might as well play full out and do whatever it takes. I want to share a quick little story with you, just to share with, just kind of share my philosophy on persistence and how it pays off. So years ago, when I was in the fitness field, I pitched my idea to a producer where I was living at the time. And it actually took me a couple times before they took a bite, right? Before they were like, okay, we want you on TV. And so I want to tell you, just because you don't get on TV, if you pitched a producer the first time, doesn't mean you can't get on TV in the future. All too often, people just, give up because they get rejected. I'm here to tell you, rejection is a natural part of life. If you can't receive rejection, don't expect to get to the next level, in being a thought leader and truly embracing being a thought leader, because thought leaders that are at the top of the world, they get the most rejection, and they understand that there's wisdom in being rejected. So if you're pitching to a producer, if they don't like it, then find a different angle. Keep going, right? Because if you are inspired with your message and your mission, you will do whatever it takes. So it took me a couple times, and then I pitched my idea, and I got on TV. I actually got, for the fitness field, I was on there a couple times. And another thing that I did is I got my own column. So I was pitching also my ideas to newspapers. I got 2 newspaper columns with my thought leader status, right? Getting inside of my own mind to say, who do I need to become to be that thought leader? What do I need to say? What do I need to be? What do I need to think? And as I was changing the way that I was seeing myself, what was happening, because I was changing my inner world, my outer world was changing as a result. So a lot of times people think, oh, I'm just going to market, or I want the best marketing strategy. That's all great. But if you don't have that internal dialogue, and that I liken it to a light switch, that, switching on something in your mind like a light switch. If you can't do that for yourself and see yourself as so much more, then don't expect other people to perceive you as a thought leader. Don't expect people, like the producers, to ask you to come on their show. Don't expect to charge your high-end prices and attract those elite clients. Don't expect to impact thousands or millions of people with your message. And, you might get in your head and say, well, who am I to do that? And you've got to take control of who you are and never minimize yourself. So I could probably go on for hours and talk about this. So I want you to think just about this one thought leader marketing strategy. If you're writing a book, great. Pitch yourself to TV, to radio, to podcast. Expand your level of service and expand your awareness of what you can do. And if you haven't written a book, then you have to ask yourself, well, what is really stopping me? It's not time, okay? That is complete BS, because everyone has the same amount of time. It's just you're not putting it on the hierarchy of your values. So I want to give you a challenge, either focusing on writing your thought leader book or focusing on pitching to producers if you have a book, and start flipping that switch in your mind to see yourself as so much bigger. And if you have any questions, let me know. Again, I'm on my 4th book, and this works, okay? There is a formula for doing it. There is just like making chocolate chip cookies. There's a formula for making chocolate chip cookies. There's a formula for pitching to the media, and there's a formula for writing a book that's inspiring to others. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you're having a great day, and feel free to visit my site, heatherpicken.com, or go to heathershowgift.com, where you can watch or listen to my show, La Dolce Vita, the formula for fabulous living, where I interview people all around the world, sharing their formula to empower you in your business and in your life. Until next time, this is Heather Picken. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.